I didn't ask them to get married. I'm just asking for things that a child would ask for from their father. And then everything be about money, money, money. She loved to throw child support up in the air and throw dollar amounts up in the air. She not gonna tell y'all how my daddy wasn't paying the child support, and that creates back pay. And if he don't pay that, guess where he going? Jail. Like, oh, and y'all also don't know that he put himself on child support. Like, once I got old enough to like really see who he was as a person, my family literally told me he went to go put himself on child support because he knew, and got a DNA test because he knew that he wasn't going to be the father that I needed him to be. Like,
hey y'all, it's Destiny, and if you saw my latest video on Renee and Devall and this whole situation with his oldest daughter, you would know that a few years ago, Renee did not want him to go to his daughter's graduation for fear of something happening to him by his own family members. You also saw a few more clips of what they talked about and how Devall would say that he feels like Renee is aggressive with him. You also would have seen in that video where Renee, Devall, and the two older children went to go see their biological father. So it was important for everybody to see what Renee said and how she feels about things. And now we get to hear from Devall's oldest daughter. She did do a video on her TikTok, and this is what she had to say.
so for the longest, I've really been contemplating getting on here and like telling the world my business, but everybody kind of sort of already knows my business, so why not just share my side of the story and express, like, you know, how I feel about the situation or whatever the case may be. So for those of you that know, you know, and for those of you that don't know, you're about to find out. I am 20. I turned 21 this year in August. I'm not a teenager. I'm not a child. All of these situations and events happened when I was a teenager, when I was in high school, and whatever else when I was growing up. So the first thing I'm going to speak on is I've never disrespected Renee. I don't even talk to Renee. Like, I haven't had Renee's phone number in God knows how long. That's if I even had her phone number ever since I've had a phone. So just know, I used to literally love the ground this woman walked on. Like, growing up, I used to call her mama. Like, I literally used to put her over my own mother. Like, it was a situation that happened where my mom literally had to call the police on them to get me back because I didn't want to go home to my mom and they didn't want to give me to my mom. And I play about a lot of things, but I don't play about my mama. Like, she has never been no bitter baby mama. Like, she has never been the one to feed me lies and negativity about my father. She let me get my own opinion and come to my own conclusions about what kind of man he is. So everybody can dead that situation with saying, oh, she's bitter, this, that, and the third. Because at the end of the day, my mama stood on business, and child support or no child support, she took care of me the best way she could and the best way she know how. And with all that being said, you know, as a teenager growing up, you start wanting to do your own thing. So yeah, I didn't want to spend time with him, and yeah, I wasn't coming over as often as I used to or at all, simply because of the fact that why should I have to do an activity with a bunch of other people? And I'm not saying a bunch of other people like, you know, my siblings or nobody, because at the end of the day, I love them with my whole heart, and you know, I be wanting to reach out to them and talk to them. But if I can't get through to them, and you know, I've expressed to my father many of times, like, you have my number, you can give them my number, they can talk to me, they can call me. Like, I want to talk to them, I want them in my life. Like, I'm their big sister, I want them to know who I am and be a part of my life. But you know, at a point, it gets to be like, okay, but when can I spend time with my father one-on-one by myself? Oh, and I also forgot to mention, like, every conversation that she has brought to the internet pertaining to like something that me and my father have talked about, it was a phone conversation between me and my father. Not once did I ever say, oh, well, I want to include Renee in this situation. I've always expressed to him how I feel, and for some reason she's always sitting there right next to him when I'm on the phone with him, and then she decides to take over the phone and speak her think piece when I say absolutely nothing to her.
So Kamadria is 20 now, and she also did a live stream on her TikTok and talked a little bit more about the dynamic between her and her father's wife. and talked about the whole rumors about how her mother was towards Renee.
Like having to watch that. Mind you, I'm watching in class. Should I have been watching that in class? No, girl. You should have been paying attention to that teacher and that work in your school board, whatever. But, you know, I watched the video or whatever, and it hurt my feelings really bad. Like, I literally had to step outside the classroom, you know, have a mental breakdown. Like, I had to call my sister to the class because, well, not my sister, my older cousin. I call her my sister. Like, I had to call, you know, my sister to come get me from the class or whatever, because it was just like, my feelings are hurt. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you speaking about me and my mom when, like, I've literally done nothing to you? And I've never, ever, ever in my life disrespected this lady. It was always, you know, I'm expressing to my father how I feel about something, and she's always right there. And she took offense to the things that I say. That really be having nothing to do with her most of the time, but she feel like, oh, well, I need to defend my husband. I need to defend my husband. I need to defend my husband. But yet you implementing yourself in something that has nothing really to do with you. And now you feel like my whole family, his whole family, you know, don't like you. I wonder why. Because you keep disrespecting people. Like, this lady has disrespected everybody, from my mama's side of the family to my daddy's side of the family. Like, she disrespected everybody. And you want to cry wolf, saying like, oh, well, nobody likes me, everybody hates me. I don't know, put two and two together. That's just common sense. Don't go running your mouth about a child and then disrespecting all these adults and expect everybody to still love you and want to be around you and want to be family with you. And that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Honestly, everybody sees it, and my family been telling me, like, for the longest, like, she does control him or whatever he do and he say. And I see it. I've definitely seen it for myself, because he tells me what she wants him to tell me. Like, I've never heard like a genuine response sound like it comes from his own mind, if that makes sense. Like, everything just feels phony when he talking to me, or like it's scripted when he talking to me. And that's cool. That's cool. But don't get mad when I feel how I feel about y'all, or about something that y'all did. Because honestly, everybody loves me. Everybody loves me. Like, she drags for me so bad, but literally everybody loves me. And that goes from my family to the people that I meet in the outside world, like my friends. Like, you know, everybody loves me. Like, I'm a genuine person. I'm kind. I'm a sweetheart. Like, and they know this. They know this. I don't know why she crying wolf and playing wolf like I'm just this disrespectful person, or I was this disrespectful child. And then she used to say stuff like, well, have people saying, well, my mama bitter, and my mama feeding negativity into my head about, you know, my dad and the things he do and what kind of man he is. Well, that was never, girl, I seen that nigga for who he was very long time ago. Like, one thing about me, and my whole family knows this, I'm very intelligent, whether that be academically intelligent and emotionally intelligent. One thing about it, and two things for certain, when somebody make me feel some kind of way about something, that's just what that is. And I know exactly how a person makes me feel. I know exactly where that person is coming from and what their intentions are. And I don't be going for it. So why would I talk to somebody and I feel ill intent towards or behind whatever the situation may be? You know? Please. I'm just a girl. Having to wash your edges is kind of crazy. They was crunchy, y'all. They was crunchy. The hardest part be washing the shampoo out. But I love that lady, y'all. Like, I really used to fuck with her. I really used to call her mama. Like, she used to dress me and Jaylena like I would love, when she used to put us in tutus and, you know, dress us up as if we was twins and all of that. So I'm just confused of when to flip script, because I genuinely cannot tell y'all like when she became like this, because as far as I knew growing up, like she was an amazing woman, she was an amazing mother, like until, you know, as a child that's how I felt, until like I got older and realized, okay, you're starting to disrespect my mom, and when she asks you not to do something, you blatantly do it in her face anyways. Or like my family doesn't appreciate some of the things she says, but she continues to say the things that she say, right? And this goes from her disrespecting my aunt, my mom's sister, my grandmother on my mom's side, like then you get to disrespecting on my uncles on my dad's side and my great aunts, and it's just like, where's the boundary? When do you leave these people alone? Like, stop acting and stop victimizing yourself, and maybe if you keep your mouth closed on some things that have nothing to do with you, then everybody will love you. Like, you don't always need to add your 2 cents into something that has nothing to do with you. And let me know if I'm making sense so far, because I could be wrong. Like, a lot of people were in my comments like, you know, well, what's the reason for you speaking out? Like, leave that family alone. Like, this and that and the third. Like, I wouldn't want to talk to a child or give you anything and you're disrespectful. Stop listening to everything people say on social media. Like, y'all are so gullible, and that's the problem. Y'all gullible and illiterate. Please go pick up a book. Like, get off social media. Stop being so invested in everybody's life. Like, just because she said, oh, she disrespectful, she don't like me, she want my money. No, that ain't that, boo. I don't want your money. I'm asking to get married. I'm just asking for things that a child would ask for from their father. And then everything be about money, money, money. She loved to throw child support up in the air and throw dollar amounts up in the air. She not gonna tell y'all how my daddy wasn't paying the child support, and that creates back pay. And if he don't pay that, guess where he going? Jail. Like, oh, and y'all also don't know that he put himself on child support. Like, once I got old enough to like really see who he was as a person, my family literally told me he went to go put himself on child support because he knew, and got a DNA test because he knew that he wasn't going to be the father that I needed him to be. Like, nobody gonna go tell that, huh? Nobody's gonna go tell that. She said it was aggressive towards, she said that she was aggressive towards your dad at the start. Did you ever witness that? Honestly, I've never witnessed any of that. So they did a really good job at like keeping that away from me and my siblings, because I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know she was putting her hands on him and none of that. Like, you know, when I was around, they loved each other. We was all cool. Like, everything was kumbaya. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, we didn't have our moments. Like, you know, because children will be children and the parents will be parents. So there's that. But it was never just like, oh, they full-fledged fighting in front of us, cussing in front of us, like just arguing down in front of us. No, it was never that. Yeah, she can't control me because, one, I have my own mind and I'm very, very smart. I've always have had my own mind. Like, I even used to tell my mama, like, it got to a point where, you know, me and my mama's relationship was rocky because she can't dictate my life how she wants to. That's not how this works. This is my life. And I'm always going to express that. Because who are you to tell me what to do with my life? Now, it's different when it's like, okay, yeah, parental guidance. Learn from experience because I did this and I don't want you going down the same path. But it really gets to a point where it's just like, okay, you got to have your own experiences. Learn on your own. Do your own thing. Oh yeah, and it's definitely deeper than the car, deeper than me asking for this, that, and the third. Like, nobody's gonna tell y'all all that. Like, all she wants to make it seem like is I'm money hungry. Let me tell y'all, when I was 16, I got my first job when I was 16, and I've always had a job since I was 16 to do for myself. And guess what? Even though I had a job, my family was still doing for me. My family was still making sure they showed up to events, showed up to my graduation, make sure I had X, Y, and Z. Like, they go above and beyond for me. Like, please don't ever get it twisted. Kimadria has her own money. But does Kimadria need help sometimes? Because a child can't get everything on her own, and she needs guidance and help to get big things like a car, an apartment, stuff like that. Yes, of course. Like, mind you, I never said buy me a car. Like, my mother didn't, and first of all, she didn't even advise me, my mama didn't even advise me to go ask him to do that, because I brought the idea to her, and I was like, well, hey, mind you, I was probably like 17, around 17, like maybe right before I graduated. And I was like, hey, Mom, if I could get my dad to go half with you on a cheap car, like, will y'all get it for me? And she was like, I don't advise you to go ask him, because you already know, like, how we go down this rabbit hole every time. But she was like, if he is willing to, then go right ahead. So I asked him. And he was like, I can't help you. This is Renee's money, X, Y, and Z. Cool. And I did express that, like, well, why is it that it's always Renee's money, Renee money, Renee money? Like, why don't you have anything to help me? Like, I don't want to have to go through Renee and take Renee's money to get anything from Renee. I don't know. Yeah, she's been speaking on me, like, and I've seen everything that she's ever posted on Facebook, YouTube. It's like, what can I do? What y'all want me to do? And a lot of people be like, well, you can get on social media and speak your think piece or whatever the case may be. And I just be like, I'm really not that kind of person. Like, I really don't feel like I need to put my business on the internet. But my business is literally on the internet. So there goes that. Shit just be weird, chat. How do you feel about him raising Jalen as his own but wasn't in your life? Honestly, truthfully, it's not a jealousy thing, because I will never be jealous, but it does hurt. Hell yeah, I would be lying if I said that didn't hurt. Like, damn. I really be telling people, like, all my siblings are getting the father that I will never have. Like, oh, he does my little sister's hair and he takes them to dance recitals and this and that and the third. I've never gotten that. There have been plenty times growing up where it'd be like, oh, I'm coming to get you, I'm coming to get you. I'd have my things packed, sitting at the door waiting on him, and he'll never come. Like, I cannot find, we're gonna worry about that later. But, boom, moisturizer. I think I want to sit y'all at a wee bit here. I don't know where to sit y'all at. I don't know, y'all. I guess. But yeah. My feelings be hurt. My feelings definitely be hurt. Like, to this day, I still cry about it. I still feel sad about it, because it's like, damn, I don't have a dad in my life. And, like, although there have been, like, my uncles and stuff or whatever that try their best to be, like, a father figure to me and step in and fill in his spot, like, it's just not gonna be the same. It's not. It'll never be the same. Which I appreciate my uncle. I love my uncles. Like, even though I couldn't stand one of their asses growing up, like, I really fuck with him now. Like, I love him to death, for real. And I love that, as I got older, he's softened up to me, like, and he sees, like, how shit affects me. Because I feel like growing up, he used to be, like, really hard on me for no reason. But I had to learn, like, that was literally just his personality. And it's fine. It's completely fine, because I love all of them. My family fucked up in the head, but they got your back, for real. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, because I stopped going visit a really long time ago. But And you know, a lot of people in my comments be like, well, you talk about wanting your siblings to reach out to you, like why should your younger siblings reach out to you? Because they have big platforms. And I don't think people understand, like, when a person has a big platform, your messages aren't going to go through to them unless y'all follow each other. And we don't follow each other. We never have. Like, I've tried to text, you know, my brother or my sister or whatever the case may be, and if they just don't see the message, they just don't see the message. Like, there's literally nothing more I can do besides tell my dad, hey, you can give them my number. And mind you, I told him this years ago. Have I ever gotten their number? Absolutely not. And pertaining to, like, my youngest two sisters, because I was in contact with them recently, I had to get their number from my uncle. Yeah. And recently, I want to say like late November, I was trying to call, you know, Juliana and JC and text them like, hey sister, because we had a regular, like, they would call me, sit the phone up by the pool just for me to watch them swim, or they'll be just running around the house and they'll just call me just to watch them run around the house, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, I tried to text them, call them one day, messages not going through, calls not going through. And I'm like, damn, this is exactly what I knew would happen. And, you know, I never tried to reach out sooner because I genuinely felt like, I don't think Renee wants me talking to them. And lo and behold, that's probably what happened. She does not, probably don't want me talking to them. And that's fine. Those are her kids. Those are her minors. I do feel some kind of way, but there's literally nothing I can do. I forgot to put the fade cream on. I'm still put it on. For the most part, my skin is like really clear. I burn myself with a hot tool doing my hair. I'm realizing I'm starting to get a couple of moles in my face. I love that though. I love how your face ages with you. But yeah, I got minimal dark spots. I try my best to like take care of my skin. And this is by Palmer's. I've been using this for like a few months now. It's really good. It takes a while, but you really have to be consistent with it. I don't use it as much because I feel like the little dark spots I have don't bother me. But I like it. Listen, y'all, a lot of people been telling me like for years, oh, you know, make a YouTube, go on YouTube with it. But it's just like, for what? I'm not doing this for no dollar. I'm not doing this for money. Like, I just want everybody to really leave me alone. Like, stop coming find my socials and attacking me, saying things that y'all know nothing about. And I'm not saying y'all as if everybody in here, you know, be attacking me or whatever the case may be, but like the general public. Like, if I get on YouTube, I want to get on YouTube to be the content creator I want to be. Like, you know, get ready with me's, or I'm going out here, or I'm vlogging a vacation. Like, I don't want to continue to talk about drama that's already been talked about for years, because what good is it doing me? Like, and everybody be saying speak out, speak out, speak out. I speak out, but what does it change? Like, I still don't got my dad in my life. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know. And y'all do not want no dry face. It's cold outside. Holy grail. A lot of people use Vaseline. And y'all be Vaseline to turn face down. But I use Vaseline for my lips. This Aquaphor gonna get the job done every time.
I am happy that she is speaking out and telling her side of things. I think a lot of people have only heard Renee's side because obviously she's the big YouTuber. And you know what they say, there's two sides, and then somewhere in the middle there is the truth. But y'all gotta let me know what you think about this situation. What do you think about what Kamadria is saying? It definitely saddens me that she still has that hurt not having her father around in her life growing up. And if you think about it, now she has to see everywhere online where her father is raising his children with another lady and he wasn't there for her. If you think about all the videos we see Devall and his children, he's getting them ready for different activities. And that's one thing that Kamadria does not have. Let me know in the comment section, do you think Renee is controlling the whole situation? Or do you think Devall is just choosing not to be there for his daughter? What do you believe is the truth? Just let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will definitely see you in the next one.